For our presentation today, we will be talking about the effects of COVID-19 on social media usage and restrictions. The topics that we will be going over are TikTok boom before COVID-19, COVID effects/social media, and TikTok restrictions.
The TikTok boom, how TikTok became an influential app. First, the TikTok boom. To give some background information, TikTok was created by the company called ByteDance in September 2016 and in China was formerly known as the app Douyin. The following year, Douyin was launched as TikTok globally. In November 2017, ByteDance acquired Musically for the TikTok app that we know and love today. After COVID, people began exploring their identities online since they couldn't communicate face to face like they used to. From this, with the overuse of online presence and communication, many different cultures were created. People were given freedom of expression with their words, fashion, and behavior, and communication with social media. The freedom that began with excitement and exploration turned into over the time into a way to spread hate and inappropriate messages. Because of this, social media regulators recognized that they needed to increase the regulations more than what they were previously.
Before COVID-19. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, there was already a global use of social media. According to Data Reportal's Digital 2019 Global Overview, there were 3.48 billion active social media users worldwide in early 2019, representing a 9% annual growth rate and a 3.26 billion mobile users actively accessing all platforms. In the United States, Pew Research Center found that social media adoption has plateaued, with Facebook and YouTube dominating overall, while Instagram and Snapchat remain concentrated among younger demographics. Instagram Stories, that launched in 2016, normalized ephemeral vertical content, reaching 100 million users in just 2 months, laying the groundwork for short-term engagement styles that TikTok will later perfect.
COVID and social media. Let's examine the negative health effects. TikTok messes with your neutral reward system. It grabs your attention by spiking your dopamine receptors. This can cause addiction and disrupt the natural flow of dopamine. TikTok also messes with self-image. Many TikTok filters hide imperfections on the face and oftentimes a distorted self-image and worth. Addiction. According to a study from the University of California, TikTok users in the US open the app an average of 8 times per day and spend an average of 46 minutes on the app. Continued usage and reliance fried dopamine receptors and got people addicted. And this addiction spirals into mental health issues. Having a TikTok addiction has shown that there are proven negative effects on mental health, including increased levels of depression, stress, and anxiety. There are good sides and bad sides of TikTok during COVID. There are positive impacts like helping small creators, a source of news for everyone, especially the youth, educational content, and aided with STEM visibility, replaced the outdated media like Facebook, and just a place for people to connect during lockdown. Moving on to the negative impacts. A systematic review of TikTok studies found correlations between problematic use, depressive symptoms, and insomnia. It encouraged compulsive scrolling and addiction. Repeated TikTok usage and reliance can cause a lot of mental health problems. TikTok has a good side and bad side, but a lot of times during COVID, many people couldn't control the usage or recognize the issue, and it led to many problems.
Now we'll talk about how TikTok affects social media presence. So, why did COVID affect social media? Over time, people not only became more lonely during COVID, but online life became an inevitable part of our daily lives. In a 2020 report by Dr. Kirti Gupta, many people reported that their motivations for increased use include need for socialization, entertainment, communication, online teaching, online meetings, working from home, health improvement, and so on. People also reported greater concerns relating to the ongoing public health measures that limited in-person gatherings like lockdown and social distancing, explaining that it's definitely meant that life has been a little bit more lonely. TikTok went from 381 million users in 2019 to 700 million in 2020, which grew to 1 billion by 2021, as found in a chart reflecting the number of TikTok users over a 7-year time period. The National Library of Medicine also states that there is evidence that the increase in social connections at the time of lockdowns and enforced distancing has resulted in notable shifts in modalities for social interaction rooted in the increased technology usage. That means that the way we interact others has completely shifted due to the culture change during the COVID pandemic.
Lastly, restrictions and community guidelines. Because of the large amounts of content being produced by the increased usage on TikTok, there has been monetization set in place in order to keep content age appropriate. Even though TikTok has always enforced community guidelines, it has gotten enhanced and revised to make it clear what can be used and what can't be used on the app, and how it would be handled if you were to break those rules. The new comprehensive version was released in January 2020, as stated by TikTok. In March 2023, the community guidelines were updated again to better follow with the social issues being presented at that time. Here are our sources.